Hi besties, it's Bunny again. So I wanted to introduce, like, I guess you would call it segment maybe, where I just talk about my art and what I was thinking about when I was making it and what it means to me. Whenever I be reading about, like, for example, Frida Kahlo, and then they're telling us about what the painting means. I'm like, girl, did she really say that? Or like I think it was Picasso with the blue. Everything was blue, and then I was like, maybe we're just assuming that he was sad because it's blue, and then maybe he just didn't have enough paints, or I don't fucking know, And as an artist, my paintings, I feel like whenever I paint is when I show a lot of what's going on inside of me that maybe sometimes I don't show a lot. And then also sometimes things that I don't even know that I'm suppressing come out, and then you learn from it. But yeah, thank y'all for all the positive and lovely feedback that I got for the video that I posted for my birthday. Truly, thank you. Yeah, I ever since then, I learned a lot more about myself. And I just been facing a lot more of my demons a lot more head on. I'm trying to come to terms with my fear of being seen and how that ties to trauma and stuff like that, but I think I'll leave that for another video. I really want us to talk about this painting. So after I made that little project, I got commissioned to create a painting followed by a short interview with the organization that I work for. And essentially it's part of a essentially it's this I don't know what you would call it, program, or it's part of this this thing where essentially we got people who live in LA County with lived substance use experience about opioid and stimulant use disorders and harm reduction. And essentially myself and other artists were commissioned to create a painting or any kind of medium. So some people did a photo, collages, edit photos. It could be a video, or there was a video. But yeah, essentially just create some kind of art piece that ties with opioid and stimulant use, and then write a short blurb about the painting, and then also a short interview essentially talking about different topics. And I kind of want to do that with y'all today, because yeah, I right here I could have my painting out and you could be oh yes, but I'll also include it on here. This is how it looks like. So essentially this is a self-portrait. It was made atop of letters that read what keeps you awake and what happened. A lot of the time, the emotions I experience feel so strong that I resort to escapism, only to bleed more in the end. Society teaches us to remain surface level and stay away from taboo subjects, not knowing this is exactly how we feel, how we heal. Oh, but I think also feel, because this is how we feel. And it's important to acknowledge that. And then when we acknowledge that, that's how we heal. So we glorify substance use and often do not talk about the why. And this negligence is often what leads to the downfall of many of our peers. I call for others to speak about what they are going through and find community in one another, and begin the conversation of what healing and navigating through these emotions looks like for each one of us. So yeah, essentially, this is me. Then these are the eyes. It's crying. The nose. Snot, because, you know, like when you cry, like, you're like already. There is some on purpose white dots in the nostrils, and this the lips, the teeth, the mouth, and then this is I don't remember what exactly the order was, but it was like either what happened, and then down here was what keeps you awake. But I'm not sure if what keeps you awake was up here or what that. I just know there's a like both words started with what, you know. All I know is right here. That's where the word what is. And this, like, okay, well, first, essentially I wanted to capture what it feels like to like have so many thoughts running through your head and like not knowing what to do. Like, for example, myself, I am rewriting what my relationship with substances looks like. When I first started picking up substances, I was like, I don't know if it was 8th grade, but for sure freshman year. And it was like out of a coping mechanism. It was to escape like all the bullshit that I was going through at home, and like, you know, like just like girl, you know, like let me breathe, and then, you know, like you're like high as fuck or like lit, and then like, you know, you get that breath or that like, you know, moment of like chill. Like, and I was in a really violent, unsafe household, and it was just very like, you know, that was what was helping me at the time. And then I just kind of like, you know, like it just stayed. And then now as an adult, I'm, you know, like I like come to terms that I'm safe now, and but I like my body hasn't got there yet, you know. And it's because of all the like suppressing that I did with substance use, because the pain was just so big that I didn't want to deal with it, and I didn't want to deal with it, and I didn't even know how to deal with it, and I just felt like paralyzed, you know. And then I feel like this state of me feeling paralyzed just kind of like didn't leave. Like, I'm like, I want to get better, you know, like, why am I spending so much on this? Like, this, like this is, you know, like causing other things to happen in my life, like, you know. And then you like personally start beating myself up about it, and like, you know, like wanting to heal through shame. And I feel like I've been trying to do that for like a really, really long time, you know, but you're not gonna get anywhere if that's how you're fucking trying to heal. Like, I would never shame or judge my friends going on their journey. Like, why do I continue doing that to myself, you know? And then you feel, well, I feel like mad at that. And then, you know, like, why am I being like this to myself? And then why am I not dealing with this emotions? And then it's like, you feel like it's like this huge like mountain, and you're like a little ant, and then it just feels so much bigger than you. And then all I can like really do is just fucking get high again. And then it's like, for myself, my relationship has been very much like that. And so when I got asked, or well, like when I seen this wonderful opportunity and I was able to participate in it, it felt like I don't know, it just felt like so great, you know, and like, and then again, it like gave like about how I was mentioning earlier about, you know, like dealing with all this shit now, like straight head on, being able to like, I don't know, you know, like paid for my art, and then being asked to share my experience, and you know, XYZ is just like so what would I say, like reassuring to me. And then it reminds me that even though I feel like, you know, like I'm not growing and this and that, like I think of myself a year ago from now, and I'm a lot more better than what I was back then. And I know that right now, this like ugly feeling that I'm feeling, like hopefully, you know, a year from now it feels less, or I just don't feel it at all. But I feel like this experience is very common for other people. I've spoken to other people who have, you know, substance use disorders and are working on how their relationship with substances looks like, and dealing with trauma and, you know, navigating these waters. And I constantly see this pattern of so many of us navigating from a place of shame. Like, we shame that we're not where we want to be, and we shame that this and that, you know. And like, something that's been helping me a lot lately is like thinking of little me, and that has just been like revolutionary for me a lot more. I just think of everything like this is cause, you know, like something probably happened when I was smaller. Like for example, if you see behind me, I have like a bunch of stuff up in my room now, and I didn't have any paintings up or anything. And then when I put everything up, I wanted to like take it down right away, and then I was venting to my bestie, like, you know, I don't know why I feel this way, blah blah blah, like I don't know why I want to take it down. And then she was like, oh well, like when you were a little kid, like, you know, when you're younger, like you weren't able to do that, like your parents would like, you know, shame you on your art and XYZ. You know, I don't want trauma done, but that's basically like the cliff notes of that. And then I was like, whoa, like it like clicked in me, you know. And I was like, that's so true. Like I need to like validate myself more, and like, you know, and like think of little me more, and like heal the little me, because I'm just a big old bitch, and I'm just like a little baby inside, you know. And like I think everybody's just like, I look around and I'm just like, everybody's just like a big old baby. Like when I interact with my parents, I'm like, ugh, like I'm dealing with like unhealed you. Like it's me, it's little me talking to little you right now. I'm like, anyways, and I just think a lot of people need to heal that, and we heal that by talking about it, by just like straight up just talking about it. And so yeah, this is the painting that I did for it. I include, like, I wanted the vibe to be very like but I included this pink and purple right here, or like, you know, magenta, I don't know, these like lighter colors here, because aside from everything that I be feeling, I always cling on to hope, and like, you know, and just like hoping for like the best, and like even if it's just like a little bit, like just like a tiny, like, you know, just like, because hopefully down the line it grows, and it always grows. Sometimes takes a whole lot longer than others, but it grows. So yeah, that's what the painting. I think something else that has helped me a lot is the idea of harm reduction. I'm not sure if y'all are familiar with it. It's just essentially the idea of doing things to minimize your harm. So for example, like if you drink 5 drinks a day and you're at the place in your life where you want to do less of that, then let's do less of that, you know? If you're at 5 a day, let's start with 4 a day, and then 3 a day, and then you just take it day by day. And I think that teaching harm reduction is so much more valuable than saying say no to drugs. And also, when we talk about harm reduction, that's what we refer to when we talk about needle exchange services. And when we talk about these like safe, controlled spaces for people to use to minimize overdoses. And yeah, I'm like blinking out, but that's really all that I feel like I want to tell y'all about this time. Obviously, this is only alive if you're alive. It's only gonna meet you as far as you meet it. So whatever you take from it, that's what I want you to take from it. That's for you. For me, what I was thinking about was my relationship with substances and how I currently feel this like war inside me of wanting to do better, but currently not having the tools on how to do better. But I'm getting there and I'm learning, and I know that you can learn too. But first, you gotta stop judging yourself and like do whatever you gotta do, friend. Like, if you got pain about it, if you got a sketch about it, if you gotta go in your fucking car and scream about it, if you don't got a car, fucking scream into a pillow. If you don't got a pillow, get a fucking bowl. I actually heard this one was really good. Get a bowl of water with ice and then scream in it. And then apparently like that you like gasping, like you like drowning a little bit, also gives you like adrenaline. So, you know, I'm pretty sure that's super healthy too. And then you could also meditate. There's just so many things that you can start doing to help you feel better. And, you know, I really hope that you do. If you are feeling bomb, keep feeling bomb. And if you're not feeling bomb, I hope that you start feeling bomb a little by little, or however that looks like for you. But yeah, I think that's all for now. And I really hope that y'all liked my painting and that it made you feel something. Because that's what it's supposed to do. Okay, bye friends. Somebody loves you.